My name is Brad Heil, and I'm the Director of the Product Groups here at Eagle Point. And I wanted to take a couple minutes today to show you a little bit about a new tool that we've been developing called LandSketch. This desktop application is one that is going to interface with other engineering design packages like Eagle Point and Civil 3D to simplify the conceptual plan creation for residential subdivisions and reduce the time it takes to get to final engineering plans. I'm going to create a project today, go into a couple of existing projects so you can see what Landscape is capable of. We're not going to be able to go through everything today, but just to kind of give you a sneak peek of some of the features that we have going right now, I'm going to open up into an existing project and talk about the different ways in which you can begin work inside of LandSketch. When you create a project, you can kind of see a blank screen here. We need to start off with some kind of base map information. This is going to be the site area that is of interest for you to develop your residential subdivisions. You can see that there's different methods available here to start with your data for your project. We're going to talk today about acquiring data from Google Earth, but you can see that there are some other options here that we'll be able to get to later on. So to illustrate this one, what I'm going to do is run the acquire data from Google Earth command, and you can see that it's asking me what information do we want to acquire from Google Earth. Nice thing about Google Earth is that it's a real simple way for you to visualize a site. Again, it's got some good images as well as background surface information. It certainly isn't accurate enough to do your final engineering, but again, it starts off with a good level of detail, good enough level of detail to get going on a concept and do some quick analysis and what-if scenarios. So we're looking at this site here that I want to add some residential lots to. So when we're in LandSketch, the things that I'm most interested in today is just my background image. I'm not going to worry about surface data. Again, we'll get to that in a later video. So I'm going to go ahead and acquire data. You can see where I'm in Google Earth. I'm actually at the right location that I want to take a snapshot of. So all I do is hit the acquire data command. I'm going to save that. Go ahead and get that information extracted from Google Earth. Get it showing in my project here. Go ahead and I'll click on OK, and we'll go ahead and we'll zoom into the area here of interest. And again, you can kind of see the general area that we saw over there in Google Earth. You'll notice that this is a black and white image that's part of Google Earth. Again, it's a tool that you need to buy the Pro version to be able to get the right licenses available, but you're going to get what you see on screen. You're not going to go and select any different areas. So here's this base map that I'm going to use as reference. One of the other things that I want to do is define our project site boundary. And again, I'm just sketching this in. I'm not getting too crazy on how big of a, how accurate these boundary lines are. So I'm just going to sketch in what this boundary looks like and kind of, again, approximate this. This boundary is going to be used to provide some site statistics later on. We'll take a look at that as we get some lots developed in here. So again, I'm not getting too crazy, kind of eyeballing where a couple of fence lines are at. Again, a little bit of familiarity with this property so we can kind of rough guess where we're at. Excuse me. And we'll go ahead and we'll close that. And so here's our project area of interest. And next thing we want to do is to be able to go through and sketch out the information that we see here on our streets. A couple of different layout tools that we are providing. We have a sketch command. If we go ahead and we run the sketch street command just to get an idea of, again, where we want these streets to go and these lots to lay out. When I click that, you'll see that we're prompted just for a simple name, and we're using a specific street style. In this case, we're using a 17-foot center line to face a curb pavement width. There's another street style that I'm going to use in a little bit, and a lot style. These styles control the parameters for the streets. Again, we'll probably get to the discussion about these styles a little bit later on, but I just want to simply go through and illustrate a couple of these options here. So as I run my sketch command, all I do is I trace on screen where I want that street to go, and you can see LandSketch automatically fits in the right tangents and horizontal curves and makes things all nice and tangent. And again, it does size these lots and lay them out according to some default parameters that are within my lot style. I have a default size, I have a minimum size in which these things can exist. So again, using the sketch command, if I don't like the results of that, I want to maybe use something a little more precise. We have a draw command, which is really more about laying out tangents and having the software inscribe the curves for me. So we'll go ahead and run draw street. I see similar options here. Street B, you can use again my street style. This time it's going to inscribe curves for me. And so maybe again I can come in and I can approximate where my street starts, and we'll come in and we'll lay out maybe a tangent section here, and we'll come back to our back property line. Again, just a real simple way to sketch out what the streets look like with the lots, again, automatically sized and placed on either side of my street. So this information that we've sketched on screen, again, we drew this boundary in here, and what we're then showing up here in the site statistics, again, to talk about really developing this preliminary conceptual plan, just get an idea of, well, how many lots can we put in here? So we see that just with a simple sketch, I got 24 lots, average size around 9,000 square feet. We still have about 12 acres of open space out of the total acreage here. We get about 4.8 lots per acre. Our density is pretty good. Again, be able to check against our code, our city standards. You'll notice that we have some information here about volumes. Right now it's zeroed out. If you remember when I extracted my information, we didn't get the surface information. LandSketch is going to be able to provide you with simple earthwork quantities as well as you're laying these things out, accounting for different parts of the street geometry horizontally and vertically. So here you can see I have some information again on my lot information, on my streets, radius, PI points, curve information, grades on my streets. Again, not going to get too crazy laying this stuff out today. What I really wanted to show you again is the value that we see here in LandSketch is to be able to take this information, quickly sketch it in, and if we're happy with this information so far, I can take this information then and be able to export it out to LandXML file format. And what this file format allows me to do then is, we'll just call this alternative 1, let's say, allows me to go into other design engineering software packages like Eagle Point. Here I have Civil 3D loaded, so you can see I'm in that same area of interest here for my subdivision. And now I can simply go in, import that same file that I just exported out of LandSketch, and have this information, the engineering data, the real information behind this, the street information, the lot information, the parcels, already predefined in this file, so I can quickly get that information out of LandSketch and into my design engineering software. Again, the idea with this is to eliminate the paper that was used, that might be used in your office today to be able to sketch this information out, and then the time it takes to transfer from paper to something like a Civil 3D or digitally into an AutoCAD drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to import this information into my project here. And again, what you're seeing then is this is live information in Civil 3D. So this information that we see here, the 797, is one of my parcels that I've created. Here's that street that I sketched out as well. So you can see the real significant decrease in time from getting from a, hey, this kind of looks like a nice plan, to now I'm ready to go in and start using my engineering design software to go out and really lay in the grading, finalize my grading, finalize my engineering plans, and get moving on a kind of a final design for this project. So again, just want to take a couple minutes, show you a sneak peek of what's on. We're going to have these videos posted here on the blog days or next week as well. So we look forward to that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Keep and feel for the different capabilities. We'll have more features hooked up here in the upcoming days and weeks. So keep coming back and look for those updates. Thanks.